Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we assign a bourbon celebrity rating to Lenny Eckstein. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Ryan Thompson, Tracy Napolitano, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey,
What's up, guys?
Hey, so yeah, we're going to have a fun show today. We're going to be doing Lenny's bourbon celebrity rating. So we'll see what he is. It's a 100-point scale. So it ranks from 0, which if you think there's no celebrity status whatsoever, along the lines of Eddie Bolton, all the way up to 100 would be bourbon celebrity perfection, or equivalent to Jimmy Russell. So we'll see where we think that Mr. Eckstein falls here.
Lenny, I am glad this slight is on you, my man. It's fun.
We've done several of these shows, so it's interesting to see. So a lot of this comes down to your judges. Believe me, when you do this, if you're ever getting judged, you want Luke Otero to be on there, because his scale, it goes from like 98 to 100, depending on how much he likes you. So yeah. He's the easiest judge. That's the guy you want in the audience.
You definitely want Luke on these shows. He's so generous.
Believe me, if we ever do one for me, Luke will be on there, 100%. There's no doubt. No doubt. So, cool. I've got a question for you guys, though. So I just thought of the scenario in my mind today. I wanted to ask Jim. I didn't get around to asking him, so I'm going to ask you guys. So say you got called for jury duty. You end up being on a jury, and you find out that the case is some sort of person from the military. Say a Green Beret, because we know our buddy Andy Lang out there from Leatherwood Distillery as a Green Beret. Say that he was on trial because he beat someone up. There's no dispute of that. Matter of fact, you can even say there's video. But what happened was someone was burning the flag, the American flag. That is not illegal, by the way. 100%. There's nothing wrong. You're not breaking the law according to free speech. That
doesn't mean it's right.
It falls under free speech. You have the ability to burn the flag. The person who was burning the flag was doing nothing wrong according to the letter of the law. Again, this is not an incident with Andy Lang, but I'm just saying somebody like him that is agreeing with somebody who served our country, fought for our freedom, for a guy like that to do that, to burn that flag. And it just gets to be too much for them to take, and they jump in and they beat this person up. If you were on that jury, do you find that veteran guilty of that crime? Or are you a holdout that refuses to put a guilty verdict on that veteran that was beat up someone who was burning the flag?
See,
not a chance in hell.
I'm not doing it. There's 0. That's the kind of jury I want to be on. I don't want to be on jury duty, but give me that case. 100. They can argue with me till they're blue in the face that, hey, this guy did nothing wrong. It's a constitutional right to do that. I'm not convicting that veteran. There's no way. No way.
Absolutely not. I'm with you 100%.
And I understand why the frustration that they would have. I get that. I would not convict, but that's me. Like that, I'm not telling you guys how you should vote, but that's me. McNew, what do you think?
You know, it's not illegal to slap your mama either, but you better not do that. So, right. You know, there are some things that are not illegal, but you still should not do them.
Yeah.
And by all means, boy, if I was there, I'd probably join in the fight and back up the veteran. So that's where I'm lying.
Yeah. What do you think, McNew?
Also, Steve.
Oh, go ahead, Lenny.
Well, I was just going to ask. I mean, was this simply a matter of an ass kicking being dealt? Like, I mean, was the guy
Pretty good at broken
neck?
jaw.
I mean,
We'll say a broken jaw even. So there was
Yeah,
some
that's not
hospital.
great.
He's not
Okay,
dead.
okay.
He's not dead or in a coma or anything.
It's not bad.
He's not feeling too good either. So,
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's a certain line that I would by no means say is ever. Well, there is a line that could be crossed, but in that case, broken jaw, not good. I think it depends on like how far it goes. Like, there should be nothing wrong with an ass kicking. A broken jaw, comes to the territory. You asked for it.
yeah, there you go. Tracy, what do you think?
I'm kind of in the same boat there with Lenny on this one. I never think you should burn the flag, and I always stand behind our veterans. So I would vote innocent, and I may want to join in if I was at the party.
McNew, what do you think?
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought burning the flag was like, if you're doing it in a respectful way, was a way to dispose of it besides putting it in those little box things that you
Well, not anybody can burn the flag, but yes, there's a ceremony that you could do.
how you got rid of like one that's like just like
Correct.
worn out or whatever.
Correct.
But anyway,
That's not the example that we're talking about. We're talking about someone who's pissed off at the country and is like, I'm
okay,
gonna
so
show
I think some people just ask to get their ass kicked because they're like too used to being on the internet and nobody actually doing anything to them. So he probably very much deserved to get his ass kicked. So I'm going to say not guilty.
Okay.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes sometimes. So
There you go.
That's
There you go.
great.
Fair enough. So well, we're all on the same page there. So yes, if we end up on that jury, yes, a veteran, Mr. and Mrs. Veteran, you don't have to worry. We got your back. So.
Steve, did that happen?
No, but I just it was a scenario I came up with because it's so we're down the in the shopping center, just several stores down. There's a laundromat, and they had a huge oversized flag come in, and they had to iron it. So they had to wash the flag and then iron it, but they had to have extra people come in because that flag was not allowed to touch the floor. You don't. That's part of a military flag like that.
Right.
That thing did not touch the floor, so they had to have extra people come in to make sure that at no point did that thing. And I just thought, man, there's all these rules and all that, but at the same time, someone could burn that thing. And again, it's not. And I thought, well, what would happen if I saw that getting or I was on the jury and I was thought I would let the veteran go. Because I would understand that.
One of those things. It's like, oh, was there a video? I mean, at this day and age, there probably was. I'm like, I didn't see it. I think he's very much not guilty.
Because Steve, you
If
did
you're
have jury
burning the
duty
flag,
recently,
you
right?
might
I did not have jury duty. I got called for jury duty, but I wasn't selected. So I was not selected. So yeah. So I
if
wasn't
you're
on the
burning
case.
the flag, you might as well just move to Canada.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there you go. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with the man of the hour, Mr. Lenny Eckstein. Lenny, what do you got?
Well, I'm drinking something kind of close to Canada. It's Cedar Ridge American Single Malt, the quintessential.
Oh, the
I always got it
quintessential.
near Canada, right?
No, it's very near Canada.
Cedar,
It's
is
Iowa.
that Idaho? Where are they at?
It's Iowa.
Iowa.
Oh,
Same
I'm
thing.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay. We have a pick coming up from them. It's 100% malted barley, so we're calling it barley shop dog pick. So yeah. So barley's our shop dog, and Jim tells me, and he bought the silver stamper that dog is going to stamp every one. He's going to sign every one of the bottles. I can't wait for that.
Like with a paw?
That dog 100. Well, there'll be like 230 bottles or whatever it is. He's going to have to paw each one. I don't think that's going to be a good day for Jim or for the dog. So yeah.
I agree.
Barley has a lot more patience than my dogs do for anything.
Maybe. So maybe it works out. I don't know.
I think they'll get to like 50.
We don't really do like stickers, but we're doing a sticker of that one. There's going to be his face is going to be on it, and then of course it says ABV Barrel Shop, barley the shop dog pick. So yeah,
Love it.
kind of cool. All right, Ryan, what do you got there, man?
Well, I got something that's I think really appropriate for the episode. This is another Colorado whiskey brand that is from a little small town and beautiful area called Buena Vista.
Okay,
Coming in hot with a little deer hammer tonight.
nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, come on. That's my best
Colorado
ever.
pop.
That's enough to take the lead. It's
That is
enough to
my
take
best
the lead
ever.
right now. So Tracy, what do you got?
So since all my whiskey's packed up since we're renting the house, I'm doing another recent barrel pick. This is the Senator.
The Senator. Okay. All right. I've got a Midwinter's Night Dram. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one or not.
Hey-o.
All right, cork pop.
Is that a new one, Steve?
No, it is not. It is not. That's enough to take the lead. That was enough to take the lead.
Wait. Yours?
Yeah.
Beats mine?
It was explosive compared to yours.
I disagree, Steve.
You do know how this game works, right, Steve?
It was explosive compared to that. So yeah.
Wow. I need a better microphone.
Is your hearing okay there? That's for the problem. Yeah. Ryan's in pain. His
The
ears are in pain.
alternative name to this game is Steve Wins.
Oh, well. All right, McNew, what do you got? You got me to beat here. What do you got?
So, I have a twist off. I have some old Overholt rye.
Nice choice. Bad choice on the twist off, though. Hard to win a cork pop game with a twist off.
I would, but go Steve.
Yeah, I won. Cheers, gang.
Thanks, guys.
I don't know. We're going to need to get the listeners' viewpoint on this win.
All right, well,
Yes.
Tim
Tim
Swyatt.
Swyatt.
You just put a call into Tim Swyatt. He'll listen and he'll make a call. You'll see it out. Of course, you're not in the crew club group because you don't get on social media, at least not in groups.
Yeah, not personally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lenny, I got to say, man, this is delicious.
Thanks, man. Is that the Akeley label or no?
It looks like I thought I saw me on
that.
that.
It's actually, yes. Yeah, Mr. Akeley is making an appearance.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. There it is. I'm on that
That's
label.
fantastic.
Nice. I got taken off, because apparently the other guy's psycho, and Lenny got scared.
Yes.
Lenny got scared. So, yeah. All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be rating Lenny. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is also Freddie Mills going underneath the alias of Danny Kennard. You can find me on Facebook at any time. Just look up Danny Kennard, but I am Freddie Mills. Trust me.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have Lenny Eckstein's celebrity bourbon rating.
Yes, we do. Lenny, are you nervous?
No, not nervous.
Okay, all right. So here's what we can do. We can ask him any questions that we want that will help establish our individual ratings. Again, we're going to be rating him out of 100, between 0 if we think he has no bourbon celebrity status, up to 100 if we think he has bourbon celebrity perfection. So we can ask
I
him.
prefer like A-list, B-list, C-list.
It's too,
do what you got to do.
figure
It's
out.
okay.
It's too hard to figure out. Okay.
Okay.
So, my first question for Lenny was, are you going to Key West this year?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going in the general region.
Okay. So, all right. I'll take a note of that. That's interesting. All the bourbon celebrities are going to that, so that's interesting. You're not
I
going.
went last year.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What questions do you have for Lenny? I think I've got enough information to rate him at this point. Yeah.
I've got a question.
Okay.
Lenny, tell us about your biggest fanboy experience.
Okay.
Or have you ever been fanboyed, I guess?
Oh, me? I thought you meant like me fanboying.
No, you getting fanboyed.
Yeah. This is someone who's really looking up to you. Yeah.
God,
Because I guess we should define the term fanboy, right?
I mean, it's kind of happened, but I feel like I usually bury it like a bad experience in a weird way. Not because I'm not appreciative, but like if it's so awkward, like when somebody is, and I'm sure you guys
breaks down in tears. I love you so much, so much.
God, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was earlier today. I don't know.
Earlier today,
recent, right?
No, I don't know. I can't really.
Interesting.
I think like there've been a few instances where, be it at like I don't know, like a pouring at a liquor store or an event. Sometimes people would be like, "Whoa, that's I didn't realize you came out to this," and I was like, well, "Yeah, I mean, I don't have any employees to do it, so yeah, that's what I do."
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I should have come more prepared for something like that.
Well, that's why it's better than off the cuff here. I like it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. McNew?
I have a follow-up question.
Sure.
That's on my mind. Can I follow up?
Sure.
Yeah.
What about seeing your brand out in the wild? Like, where's like maybe you got a buddy that was at a random bar and wherever, and he's
Bourbon's Bistro.
Off in your hat.
That was a pretty cool one, Steve. Yeah. Bourbon's Bistro. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Ordering my own stuff at that spot. I did today. I mean, Ryan, you've probably been to the Lariat in Buena Vista. Great bar. I don't know. I still kind of geek out when I see Deer Hammer on any bar, really. And I love ordering my own stuff somewhere just because, like, in fact, one of the owners of the Lariat came over and he was like, "What, do you come across the street, drink your own stuff?" And I was like, "Nah, it just tastes different here, man. It's like it's like part of the experience. It just feels right. I don't know." And
what about seeing a consumer out there like rocking your brand, like rocking a hat or your hoodie or something?
Yeah, that does happen sometimes. You know, it's funny. Like, I was in a Whole Foods in Denver, and somebody's like, "Hey, I like that hat." I was like, "Thanks." Like, like when somebody else has one on, they're like, "Oh yeah, I've been to Deer Hammer. It's cool." That's fun. I'm sure you deal with that too. It's
that's great.
I do enjoy that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
McNew, you have any questions for Lenny?
Yeah. So I personally love all of your stickers, but do you think the "no one cares that you're from Kentucky" sticker, like, maybe isolate some people where they're like, "Fuck this guy"?
100%. Yeah. I've heard.
I love that though.
I've heard a few of bourbon, media critic, whatever, or two who might not be fond of it out there.
That just means you're doing something right, buddy. That's all.
Yeah,
I think that kind of increases your rating a little bit because people are talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever I find funny. I would make a "no one cares that you're from Colorado" sticker, but it's just like no one will really laugh. I was like, okay, it doesn't resonate. There's no humor there. I did a "your single malt sucks" sticker. No one really gets it.
Yeah. I like your mom likes my cocktails. Your mom likes my cocktails. That one was funny.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you have a sticker that says your. Wait, Lenny, hold on. Pause. Sorry.
No.
You have a sticker that says your mom's like our cocktails.
No, it's "your mom drinks my bourbon" is how it reads actually.
I like it.
But I do have suck on this cocktail.
Okay, I put the two together.
Yeah, that's okay.
She's combined them.
Brilliant marketing mind there.
Tracy, what do you want to know about Lenny?
So I'm going to go with a serious question on
Okay.
gauging celebrity here. I know you travel, promoting your brand. So say if you're in 30 cities, you go to 30 different restaurants throughout your travel. How many of those are you recognized in?
Good question.
I mean, while traveling?
Well, I mean, your brand's in the town. Do people recognize you?
Oh, well, I mean, we're 90% Colorado still.
Okay.
And like Ryan, we're in a mountain town, so most of our time isn't spent on, in the cities. My time isn't spent in cities. And also that's not my role with the brand. Like if Amy goes down, she's oftentimes more known at a bar than I am.
So Amy, your wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
So your wife is more famous than you.
That's
Interesting.
arguable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Well, so
Yeah.
famous by association, so that's good.
Yeah. You're lucky. You're lucky you can tack onto her fame.
Exactly.
And again, this is the term bourbon celebrity is subjective. So I'm going to ask you, how many bourbon celebrities are in your phone, and can you name us some examples of who you're talking about? Because again, we want to gauge what's the caliber
That's a
of bourbon
great
celebrity.
question, Steve.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good question. I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable answering that question.
Wow, that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
You can't even share who's in his phone.
Can't even share.
I just feel like I'm giving up details that I shouldn't be giving up. So.
Whoa.
I mean, I got this guy on my phone.
Oh, there you go. That would be big.
I got one of those.
When I used
How about this?
I was like, "How's Steve?"
As has been stated by Steve, I did not give Steve my actual number.
Yeah. Lenny gave me his fake number, his second phone number.
My burner.
Yeah, he gave me the burner phone, and it's very frustrating. I'll tell you
Well,
what.
if you're famous enough to have a burner, then that escalates your rating.
Yeah, that helps out maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think so.
Mhm.
I did go into a liquor store in Denver the other day, and I gave the guy my business card, and he did say, "I thought I recognized you," and I was
Really?
like, "All right, I'll take it."
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
So Lenny, I just looked through my phone contacts, and you are in here. So if
Okay.
you
All
gave
right.
me the proper phone number, then you're definitely famous.
Oh, there you go.
What
Just
about
saying.
like Lenny? I got a question here. When you're at the tasting room, just kind of maybe hanging out, having one. Maybe you got a friend in town, and then someone overhears that, hey, that's the owner sitting in that seat over. They walk up and want to shake your hand and meet you for a hot minute, or
Yeah. So the answer is usually yes. The only time it's not, and I've probably mentioned this before, but man, I love when it happens. If I have too much going on, I just don't have time. I have such a good crew that I could be behind the bar, I could be anywhere. But there was one time fairly recently that someone came in, they're like, "Hey, is Lenny here?" And my bar manager turned to me and said, "Is Lenny here?" My answer was no. And he was like, "Yeah." And I was pretty appreciative of that because I had somewhere to
that's
be.
great.
That's good. That's
what was
good.
your answer?
So
My answer was no. And
No.
he was like,
Lenny was
"Yeah,
not
no."
here. No.
okay,
So-
so that's actually a better question of, do you want to be a bourbon celebrity, or do you just want to like do your thing and run your business and make whiskey? Do you want to be known in that way where you can't even walk into
Everyone
a-
says no, but in reality, the answer is yes. Yeah.
So
Lenny will be like,
here's-
no, I don't want to be known.
I have a more complex answer than Steve's trying to answer for me.
Mhm.
I think it's like, like what does it mean to be well known and have notoriety in our industry? I think a lot of it is like one is no longer oftentimes involved in the distilling process, involved in the day to day, and they are involved in constant travel. Now, while I think the travel and brand representation is really fun, I love where I live and I like being around my family, and I don't want to be on the road all the time. So I mean, it's not a hard no. I do enjoy, one thing I find a lot is folks will bring up, talk about whiskey and say, "God, you must be so sick of talking about this." And the answer is no. Like, I love talking about it, and I let them know, I'm like, no, let's go for hours. There's nothing I'd rather talk about. But at the same time, it's like that road life, going to every festival, being the life going out afterwards. That's not my bag, you know. Like I like to show up, say hello, have a few drinks, and bounce. So
Bounce.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any final questions before we go to?
I guess I got one more here. That
One
might be prudent. What on your social post, Lenny? Which posts get the most likes? Is it when you're posting with you in the picture, or is it with your brand only, or what posts get the most likes when you?
God, that's a great question. So here's the thing. Again, I wish I had someone else to do this for me, but I'm the one taking the picture, so it's hard to be on the other side most of the time.
Right.
Tell that to
Yeah, so I'm
McNew.
in very few of the pictures. The ones that get the most likes, I think, are the best photos. Like the ones, you know, the quintessential, like, you know, when the leaves are going off, those get a lot of likes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anytime
he's not
there's
involved.
deer involved
Not involved,
in the picture, so maybe the deer are more of
What about when hammers are involved?
than I am.
People like the
But
deer
some
more than the
get a lot of
hammers.
likes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Noted.
On that note, it is time to vote. So here's what we're looking for our judges. The power has now left Lenny. He's now subjected to sitting here and dealing with any scores that are given him. What we'd like for you to do, Tracy, you're going to be first. Explain to us why you voted the way you did, what the score, and then tell us what the score is, okay?
Can I have the scale again?
The scale is 0 if you think there's no bourbon celebrity whatsoever, 100 if you think Lenny is bourbon perfection.
Oh, so that's it.
Yeah, Eddie Bolton. It's Eddie Bolton to Jimmy Russell.
0
That's
or 100.
All right.
0 to 100. Yeah,
I'm
Anything in
going to
between.
go 0 with an asterisk.
Wait, just to qualify,
No.
Steve, you meant 0 to 100, not
0 to
or-
100. Yeah, anything in between. Yes,
Oh,
it's not either
okay.
0 or 1.
Yeah.
That's a scale.
Set me up for
A
failure.
scale is the two parameters, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go a little higher than I'm going to give him a 20 with an asterisk.
Okay.
Because I think his wife gets a 100.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Thank you for following instructions and telling us why, and then to give us your votes. That worked out well. All right, McNew, you're next. What do you think?
So I think I got like a 72 somehow, but I think Lenny, people know Lenny, people know his brand. I'm going to give him an 88.
An 88. Wow. Okay. There's Luke. Luke just texted her to that vote, so give him an 88.
I really just called him. I was like, listen.
Okay. All right, Ryan, tell us a little bit about Lenny, why you're voting the way you are, and then give us the vote.
Well, I'm going to vote the way I am for a couple of reasons. One, I've been a fan of Deer Hammer for a long time. They came out maybe maybe a year earlier than us, and I've always looked up to Lenny and what he's done. He's a fellow Colorado distiller, which is always great. I do have him in the phone as well, so I just want to, by proximity,
that's the fake number, by the way. Yeah.
I want to pump my buddy's tires up a little bit here. So, and his answer that someone was at the bar and asked him if Lenny was around, and he said no. I mean, that right there, that gets him.
That's a baller move. That's a baller move.
That's great. I love that. So I'm going. There's certainly room to grow. But he's laid down some good base as well over the last Lenny, 9-10 years or so.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So I'm going high 70s. I'll go a 78, 79. How about that?
78.5, we'll call it. Okay.
78.5. There you go.
All right.
Lenny, I hope you're all right with that.
Okay. All right. I think that Lenny, there's a lot of good things going on here. Lenny he does own his own brand. That certainly helps. He runs his own social media and things like that. He's accessible. He does represent his brand at a lot of outings and things like that. And yes, so he's to me, he's the face of Deer Hammer, whether he says he is or not. That being said, his bourbon celebrity score is a 31.
Tough crowd there, Steve.
Okay. So that being said, we toss out the top score and the low score. So Tracy's 20 is gone. It's eliminated. McNew's 88 on the high end, gone. That leaves you with a 78.5, and a 31 from me. And your average score then is 54.75. You're above the 50 percentile, Lenny.
That's passing
That's not
rating.
bad. That's a passing grade.
No,
Passing grade.
I feel like if Lenny was from Kentucky, he'd be like 70 or something.
That does give you a big
Oh,
bolster.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lenny, keep in mind, buddy.
Stipulated
Keep in mind that C's and D's get degrees, right? So you're good,
That's
buddy.
right.
Yeah.
You're good.
That's actually an F, but that's okay. All right.
In your
Maybe
book.
there's a curve involved. I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely.
My standard grades, that would definitely be an F. But yeah, that's fine. He's trying. He's yeah, I'll say this, Lenny. I like to tell people what it goes next to that 54.7 because it's a fluid number, right? It's always going to be changing. You're either going to be going up or down. It's very unlikely that you'll be just kind of get a number and just be there. And I feel like there's an up arrow next year's. I think that you are a star on the rise. So yeah, so 54.75. We'll check back in and see if you can up that
Lenny,
status.
for the record, I think that's a little low, my man. So just
I also think that's very low, but it's
Really?
okay.
It's just
It
if I'm
is
not
what
gonna
it is.
do
The
that.
show, it's like our bracket challenges. It is what it is for the
Okay.
show.
Give me an example who you think would be a fellow. McNew, you gave an 88. To me, 88 is. I would say Brent Elliott is lower than 88 because I mean certainly.
I would
Bourbon
put
fans
Brent
know-
Elliott.
I would put Brent Elliott at around.
I would
84,
put him at
85.
like a 93. People recognize that
Oh my
name.
gosh, where's Eddie Russell then?
I think
Okay,
that's like a 93.
where's Eddie Russell?
well,
He's gotta
Russell
be higher than
sets the
Brent.
bar, doesn't he?
Oh, that's
like,
Jimmy
he's
Russell.
right
Jimmy.
under his dad.
I'm sorry,
So
Jim.
you
I'm
put
sorry. Yeah.
Jimmy, you put Jimmy at 100. He's at least a 95.
Okay, where's Fred No?
99.
Okay, so everyone's either like a 90. Your sounds like if you've heard of the people, they're between 89 and 100. Then yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
My scale
Oh,
goes the
yes,
whole thing.
yes.
It goes the gamut from 0 to 100. So.
I think you're missing like recognizability. Like I say Freddie is more recognizable than his dad, and he carries more status.
yeah. So I feel like this. So when you say celebrity, I'm like, can this person go to the store and be unrecognized?
Well, because bourbon's a small segment. Could they go to a distillery
Well,
and be unrecognized? That's a
But
different
can
story.
he go to a liquor store and be unrecognized? Can he walk into another distillery and be unrecognized? Probably not.
Right.
So
Yeah. I think
Lenny-
bourbon's smaller than we think it is sometimes. To be able to go into a Target is very different than being able to go into a bourbon function. So
So where would Freddie Johnson be on this scale?
Freddie Johnson, he'd probably be in that 99 plus range, I would say. Freddie Johnson's way up there. He's way up there.
Lenny, a question we probably should have asked before we rated, but just how many like documentaries and kind of angel placement, like free publicity and all that shit do you guys get?
Oh man, that's hard to count. I don't know. Do you mean just like various like film efforts and things?
Yeah,
like
like people want to come shoot a little story on you guys, or
we get a good bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
right,
never really
yeah,
counted
yeah.
them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a bunch of cool film projects. I think there's one in the works that might be coming out. Although with such a low rating, maybe I might renege my likeness from it.
This is
I
going to
think he's
help your
calling out
rating.
someone in this crowd here.
It's going to help your rating, I would assume. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, so
Well, I
there
think
you go.
that's yeah.
So
I like
Lenny's whole thing is he's nobody, he's nothing, he's not all this, and then you give him a score that's equivalent to that, and then he's pissed off at you. So that's how life is, folks. That's there you go. That's how life works. And yeah, you can act like you're humble and you don't really deserve anything, and oh shucks, it is what it is. If you don't give that person an 88 or higher, they're pissed off at you. So there you go. Tracy, where can people find you?
You can find me at NOLA Bourbon on Instagram and Facebook, NO Bourbon Fest on Instagram and Facebook, and the New Orleans Bourbon Festival.com for tickets and information about the upcoming 2023 festival.
All right, Ryan.
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website is 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
All right, Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deer Hammer on social media at Deer Hammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. We can also order a bottle shipped to your door. You can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado, where I might or might not be behind the bar.
All right, McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Dear Hammer. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.